back, YouTube, to the third part of the VentureQuest Academy Innovation Formula presentation. If you just stumbled upon this, there are 2 other parts already in this series. Check out the playlist here, where we go through the whole point of this exercise. Now we're going to dig into a very exciting example, namely figuring out what you want to make, what would motivate you to undergo the great struggle that is entrepreneurship. That is, what type of flaming torch do you want to carry into the world? And this is all based on the framework put forward by Simon Sinek in his book, The Infinite Game. I warmly recommend it. But if you don't have time to read a whole book, I've provided a short summary made by ChatGPT over here, so you don't have to. But it's a really great framework, and he talks about the value of having a just cause. So in this exercise, we will try to go through that, and I'll help you along with some guidelines. It comes down to, again, because entrepreneurship is very difficult. Most businesses ultimately fail, so it needs to be worth it. You, and I mean you could be you as an individual, if you're a solo entrepreneur, if you're an aspiring YouTuber or having this as a side hustle, maybe you are alone, maybe you are a group of people. Maybe you're about to formulate a team. Perhaps you are already a team working at a startup. Regardless, you need to have a really good answer to the question of why your company exists, your venture, your business. So I'd like you to do this. It sounds simple, but it is quite hard to ask yourselves individually. And again, if you're alone, I would ask a friend to help you to do this together with, but try to reflect first on your own. Pen and paper is good. Whatever app you prefer also works. Ask yourself these questions. How do I like to work? Like practically, what are the settings, the context, the processes? Me, for example, me personally, I do like to work from home. I do like to set my own hours and to work very intensely for a couple of hours and then have some time off. I do like to meet with people throughout the week, but not all the time. I do my best work when I am alone, and then I share it with others. And there are plenty of other things. How do you like to work? Perhaps you like to work together with others, right? Perhaps you like to work remotely. A lot of us learned to do that during the pandemic, and maybe that's something that you really enjoyed, or the opposite perhaps. Maybe you like to work with digital tools, or maybe you like to work with your hands, not digitally. Try to list as many type of examples as you possibly can of how you go about things, because the pathway Simon Sinek suggests to finding a why is listing a lot of hows. And if you're already an organization, list when you and your teammates experience the most flow, problem solving, or when you're connecting with customers, whatever it might be. Write down when you experience the most joy or proficiency or flow in your work. List as many of those as you possibly can, and then move on to the next question. Now go from how to what. What do I enjoy doing the most? Now, this could be outside work. For me, it is telling stories. It is coming up with metaphors. I really like that. It is to teach. It is to do visual design. And there's more. Do go into your personal life as much as you feel you're able to, and list the things that you really enjoy doing, because you want to be able to tap into that as much as you possibly can in your business. You want to derive energy from pure sheer enjoyment of doing something as much as you possibly can. You want to design, and you can design your business around the things that you enjoy, that you experience enjoyment from doing. So do spend some time doing that before moving on to the next question, which is, what does ultimate success in life look like to me? And this question is worth pondering, because I don't know about you, but for me, success in life before I got older and really reflected on this was someone else's idea of success. become rich, become famous, do all the cool things, the things that are prescribed to you, right? But they're not all true. And not enough of us spend enough time trying to figure out what we really want in life, or what success looks like. It could be a lot of different things. It could be having time, having freedom, travel, work on interesting problems. This could be a lot of different things. It can be very concrete. VentureQuest Academy is very much my idea of doing all the things I enjoy the most in the most meaningful way. But what ultimate success looks like to you is a very personal question. But your business, especially if you're founding business or if you're joining a business early, should be a vehicle for you to get closer to your personal version of success in life. Because life is short and business is hard, you need to make sure that you pour as much as you possibly can into whatever venture you're in, whatever venture you're starting. And therefore, you need to make sure that it will lead you to your version of success. Again, this is why it's good to have a friend, that someone that knows you, can help you walk through this exercise if you're doing this solo, and to use your teammates. But again, try to answer these questions first individually, and then you will share it with the team. Next question is, what skills and experiences do I need to get closer to that success? More concrete, because this could provide you with an idea of how you would like your career in this business, if it's a side hustle or whatever, to empower you. What types of learning, types of skills do you want to get out of this? Because maybe you're not in it for life, but you like to spend a couple of years doing this. What can you make sure, what would you like that this venture gave you, whether it succeeds or not, so that you're more equipped to achieve this ultimate success in a different stage, in a different journey? Try to figure out what you can get out of this other than money. What types of learnings can you make sure your business provides to you? Therefore, it's not a failure, even if it's not a success. So that ultimately helps us answer, why is this company the best use of my time right now? It should be the sum of these things. And if you find that it's not, that's great, because it means you didn't have to start a company or join a company. You can now come up with a better idea or do other choices in life, because you really should treat starting a business or joining a business as a pathway to these things that you want. So try to describe this in one sentence, which is difficult, and then you will bring that to the team, which is about aligning and clarifying. Every team member, and again, if you're doing this solo, hopefully you've had a friend come along and help you, share your why, because it sounds different when you say it out loud and someone is listening. And start with this sentence of why it is the best use of your time. And around that, you can then create, which is a whole process in and by itself. We can return to that in a later video. You can create a shared why, or rather a just cause. And again, I recommend reading the little summary above for Simon Sinek's definition of a just cause. You can create this just cause, which should be the sum of your whys. And this is also a good opportunity to see if everyone is aligned. It's not a certainty that all team members actually have a similar enough reason to be in this business. And that could be a good point for some of them to depart, perhaps, because they realize this journey is not for me. If you're going to lose people, it's better to do so early. So again, this deserves more time than I'm going to give it in this video, but from your personal why statements, you can create a shared just cause that is then useful in amplifying the reason your company exists, creating a narrative, which again, return to in a future video, that is used internally to explain to people, again, the founding team, and then all those who will join it throughout the years. If it's a side hustle, when you go full time and maybe take on help from outside, why you should join this company, why you should love to be a part of this culture and regret to leave it. Externally, it will compel your customers or users to choose the value you create, even though it may not have all the features yet, because they are compelled by the cause you're fighting for. In Simon Sinek's words, this gives you a purpose and a vision for your organization, for your company, for your business, and it makes it resilient, because a just cause is supposed to be something that can stand the test of time and help you stand the trials and tribulations to come. Now, this is legitimately very hard to do this exercise, and it helps to, again, do it not alone. And if you don't have a friend, and if you would need a coach, well, I'm here to help. Do ask in the comments, and we'll take it from there. But this is very important, because it will determine what you want to make. We talked in the last video about what you can make. Now, this is what you want to make. It is a further constraint, but a very enabling constraint. It will tell you all the things you should not do and clarify exactly why you should be doing this thing, making it worth your own struggle. So that was this part of the Innovation Formula Toolkit. It's the most difficult one, but perhaps the most valuable one. In the next video, we will talk about external leverage, which is my personal favorite. So, hope you enjoyed watching this. Make sure you subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.